So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I will show you the review of Havoc OS version 3.9 for OnePlus 5 and 5T. So without any further, so let's get started. So let's talk about the software version by going to the settings, about phone, and you will see the Android version is still 10 and the Havoc OS version is 3.9. The kernel that is Sigma-16.0 version. But in terms of battery life and performance, it is great, and the Android version is still 10. But developers said that the Android 11 ROMs are coming soon for Havoc OS for OnePlus 5 and 5T. Let's hope so. There should be Android 11 for Havoc OS. So let's talk about the total everything. So here's the camera performance. So I don't use this AOSP pre-installed camera. Still, it's not good to using it. So I recommend you to use the Google camera. And this ROM comes with Google App Package support also. So then you don't need to flash any different Google App package also. So let's talk about the customization option. So by going to the style and wallpaper, so this is the default wallpaper after you set up your phone. And so here's the style. Here's the default crayon, custom, sorry, collage, ash and custom that I have prepared. So for adding it, so you can select this fonts. There is lots of fonts here. So then I will, first of all I will select some of my favorite fonts. So I will go for this one, and you can select the icon, and you can select the color. So then I will go for this yellow one, or I think this color is good, amber. And you can select the background of your color, so which looks fresh. So I think this one looks fresh, like it is a charcoal, so I will use it. So you can select the icon type. It is up to you which you like. So I will use this, my favorite one, that is Tapret Rect. So I will go and apply it for now. As you have seen, so it looks like this. It is nice. So let's talk about the full features. So by going to the settings, so I will show you. So here you can see the configuration center for Havoc OS. So by going on it, so here you will see the lots of customization options. So I will focus it. So here it is. You can customize your clock or status bar. So I will going to customize my status bar. So let's go. So you can customize your clock. Wait for a minute. Due to some light issue, it has some happen. So here it is. You can customize it. You can auto hide the clock. At which time you have to hide the clock, and you can change the position of the clock, like center. Oh, sorry for that. My phone UI has some issues. You can put it on center or right. So I will recommend you to put it on left. For mine favorite is left, so I will keep it on left. So it is, you can change, you can put the date size, that small or hidden, and you can put the date position also in right one or left. So I'll put it on left, and you can change the format of the date also, like this. And you can change the logo also of your style. You can put it on right or left. So I put this robot one, so I put this Havoc, so it will change it. But there should be option to change the colors also. I hope in future builds they will add it. So here is the some of the gestures that I have shown you. So here is the battery icon. You can change it to portrait, circle, circle dotted, circle filled, text. So I will put it on circle filled, and I will put change my battery percentage. So you can change it right away there. So I've shown you. So here is the brightness control. By crossing the status bar, you can control it like this way, and you can double tap to sleep it like this. And you can show the network speed, carrier level also, and you can change the icon style that I've shown you, and you can change the battery inside the percentage or next to the icon. So I will put it this way, it looks good. And you can change the status bar icons also, like this 4G icon, data disabled icon also, roaming indicator, small mobile type icon. This you can, everything you can change it. Bluetooth battery status. So if you are using wireless Bluetooth, so you can, if you enable it, you will show it on the status bar quick toggle for now. And here are some lot of the features. So like this, on the lock screen, double tap to sleep also works fine. Pocket detection also works good. And the fingerprint authentication, what is meant by that? So authentication vibrate that your fingerprint will unlock and it will give you haptic feedback. And error vibration means that so your fingerprint is some kind of dirty, some kind of error issues like this. And you can show the quick settings on the lock screen. Lock icon, you can show it, so I will show you. But so here is the lock screen, so I will show you. It has gone, but I like the lock screen one, so I will show you. So if I put it, so then it will show you on the lock screen as you have seen. So it is one of my favorite ones. and and here is the charging info, you can show it while so for example I will show you how the charging info looks. So here's the charging info, I will show you. So here it is on always on display, it does not look so visible. So I will show all of my phones as you have seen. So here is the charging info, it shows the mAh per minute and by volts also, and by the temperature also, like this it can show. So now let's talk about the ambient display. So you can show battery level on ambient display on bottom, and you can show it always on display also, and always on while charging it is useful, so I will keep it on. And you can get a new notifications, and while music is playing you can enable this, so you can know that which song is playing and what are the song name also. And you can play, pause, next or back, you can do these things. And double tap to you can check the always on display. So I will do it like this, I will double tap it. So I think double tap feature is not working on this AOD, but there are some minor bugs here and there, you can ignore it. And you can show this hand wave, it will show your phone on the lock screen. So it is pretty useful, this feature is already on Samsung devices. And you can increase or decrease the brightness level on ambient display and always on display. And on buttons and navigation, you can hide the navigation bar. You can select three profiles like 3 button navigation, 2 button navigation, and full gesture system. And you can all of the changes here, you can do all of the changes here. So you can increase or decrease the sensitivity or the back bottom gestures like this position. And you can increase or decrease the bar size. So for now this is my favorite. And you can do screen off torch, double tap to power button, or long press to power button. So if I have long press to it, so I'll go to lock screen, so I will show you. If I long press it, uh, as you have seen the torch has enabled. If I long press again, it will disable the torch, like this it works. So then I will try to do it on double tap, it works or not. So here it is. um, so here is the double tap to power button, so I will try this on double tap. No, it is not working, I don't know how it works. I will turn on my screen. Nope, still not working, I don't know what is the issue going on, so I will disable it for now. And you can add lots of options over here like advanced reboot, lockdown mode, screenshot, screen record, and flashlight, as you have seen. So here's lots of options, so looks good. And you can see here's the lock screen visible if you want to show it on the lock screen or not. So you can show it on the lock screen, reboot option also, advanced reboot option also, screenshot, screen recording also there, and flashlight on separate option for lock screen and separate for home screen also. And you can swap keys for volume like this while you inverted it. So this volume button will go down, it will decrease your volume, and if you do this on downside it will increase your volume. And you can playback control like this. And you can do wake up your device by pressing on volume buttons like this, you can do these things. and you can answer the calls by volume buttons or shortcuts, or you can show the arrow animation like this. So I don't like, so I will disable it. It looks neat and clean. And you can enable the vibration feedback. So here is the gestures. You can completely gesture your system. Swipe down for notification and swipe right for, so like this you can do is, and you can swipe right, left or right to clear the notification also. And you can use the lift up to check the phone also, and prevent ringing also for shortcut for putting your phone into vibrate. If you don't have alert slider on OnePlus, other phones, so you can use this feature. And swipe to screenshot, like three finger screenshot, it may work, it also works. And you can enable screen of gestures also here like this. And you can, here's the notification, lots of charging LED, notification LED, and you can blinking incoming call like this. If your phone is off, screen is off, so you can know that the call is coming. And it's the edge lighting, so you can change the duration of edge lighting and repeat count also. And there should be option for colors also to changing it. It looks good like this. So here's the notifications I've showed you. Here's the battery saving. This is really useful for battery saving. So here's the smart pixel. So I will turn off my dark theme. So here's the smart pixel. So if I enable it, it will turn off my device pixel somehow. You can do it by 12%, 25%, 38, 50, 62, 75, and 88. Like this it will completely turn off your pixels. So here you can change the screen burn and invention interval protection. So I'll put it on every 15 seconds for better protection for your screen also. So I will turn it off for now. I don't use it as much. And you can enable the smart pixels with power saving mode also. So here is the suspended actions. You can use it like screen off, action delay, screen action on, switch to 2G, 3G, or disable mobile data whenever your screen is off. Or you can disable or enable the GPS also. And you can block the sensors also of this app, so it will save a lot of battery. And here's the rounded corner. So I will show you. If I disable the dark theme, so I will disable it, this one. So if I change it, as you have seen, so I have done it like this, becomes normal. So I enable this, so I don't use it that much, as you have seen. So you can change the animation of your style like this, everything. And you can change the QS style also by flipping it like this, and you can rotate it. So for example, I will enable torch, sorry, I will disable DND. As you have seen, it shown the flip way like this, looks cool, but they should add more options, but it takes time to enable it, so I will disable it for now. So it is not really useful. And you can change the media playback of your something like customization. And you can change the, on the miscellaneous, you can change everything like gaming mode, screenshot type, full or half, or wake up device after connecting to the charger. And you can show the charging animation also like this. It is really good that HavoCOS gives you option for customizing your home, but it has the less customization feature. If you want more customization, I will recommend you to flash the Resurrection Remix. It is much great for customization also. And on battery life, you can set the smart charging level for greater battery life for you and a greater lifespan. So you can enable the start or stop trigger manually by your own, or you can reset the battery statistics also. And in terms of battery life, I'm happy about that HavoCOS. I'm getting around 6 to 8 hours of screen on time with my normal usage. And on the gaming, I get around 3 to 4 hours of screen on time with my heavy gaming. With continuously playing Call of Duty on 60 or 40 FPS, device really handles it good, thanks for its kernel and software optimization also. So it is good for handling like a true pro and champ. And if you enable dark theme, it is really good and it looks beautiful on the AMOLED screen also, like this on dark theme. And you can change the dark theme to gray, 50% gray or 50% black or completely black, like this on screen record. It does have a screen recording feature, and you can change the bitrate like 1 Mbps, 5 Mbps, 10 Mbps, 15 and 20 Mbps. And you can enable or disable the audio source from internal or microphone. I will put it on internal. And you can show touches on the screen or show the stop the dot. So I enable it. So as you can see, here is my touch operation, and you can disable the screen recording by tapping on here. So it will save it to the media also. So what do you think about it, guys? Tell me down on the comment section below. So guys, here is the boot animation for Havoc OS, which looks really cool by the way. As we have seen, here's the boot animation for Havoc OS, but it boots really faster than my current Oxygen OS 10. So in terms of ROM, or what are my thoughts on it? So it is a really good ROM and it is feeling really lightweight to me. So tell me down on the comment section below, how many users are you still using Havoc OS? So I will show you my RAM performance also. So here is my average RAM. Due to some issues there are going on, but I am using a normal usage, but it shows 5.4 gigabytes of RAM, but I'm not facing any kind of issues. The ROM is still buttery smooth. I don't face, I think so, due to some software issue they have some accuracy issue. So what do you think about it, guys? Make sure to tell me down on the comment section below. So if you like this video a lot, so give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video to you, my friends, and have a great day.